Something strange is happening behind the scenes, and almost no one saw it coming. Reports say Sarah Ferguson is quietly preparing to leave the UK, not for a short break, not for a holiday, but potentially for good, and the reason behind this sudden move is far more complicated than anyone expected. Whispers inside one of Europe's most exclusive coastal communities claim a luxury villa is being readied for her arrival, a place tucked behind gates, hidden from reporters and surrounded by A-list neighbors who value privacy as fiercely as she does right now. But why would she step away from everything she's known for decades? What pressure is pushing her to escape the country at this exact moment? As more details leak out, the story becomes less about a move and more about a retreat from the growing storm around her, a storm tied to old connections, public backlash, and the collapse of her life in Britain as she once knew it. And trust me, the deeper you look, the more unsettling the truth becomes. Before we dive into all of it, make sure you subscribe, because this story is only the beginning, and you won't want to miss what comes next.
Hidden on a quiet stretch of Portugal's Atlantic coast sits a £3.6 million villa that almost no one outside the circle knew existed until now. It's part of the ultra-private Costa Terra community, a place where outsiders can't simply wander in, and where privacy isn't a luxury, it's the entire point. The property belongs to her daughter Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank, and according to the locals, a guest suite is already being prepared for someone who needs a fresh start. Residents say the talk inside the gates is that she's expected to arrive early in the new year, slipping into a lifestyle surrounded by people who know how to stay out of the headlines. And this isn't just any neighborhood, it's become a magnet for global names, artists, actors, and power players who want beauty without the spotlight. People like Madonna, Scarlett Johansson, and Alicia Vikander have already chosen this coastline as their escape route. Even Nicole Kidman has been moving toward a life in Portugal after her recent split. For someone looking to disappear from the chaos back home, this place offers something she hasn't had in a long time: space, silence, and a way to blend in. But the timing of this move isn't random, and the real pressure behind it is coming from somewhere much closer to home. Back in Britain, everything she's relied on for nearly 2 decades is slipping away. For 17 years, she's lived at Royal Lodge, a place that offered stability long after her personal life changed. It wasn't glamorous, but it was familiar, a home built on routine, history, and quiet corners where the outside world couldn't reach her. But that chapter is closing fast. The arrangement that kept her there is ending early in the new year, and while her former spouse has another property lined up, she doesn't. There's no cushioned landing, no guaranteed space waiting for her in the UK, just uncertainty and the possibility of having nowhere long-term to call her own. It's the kind of shift that hits harder than people realize. Losing a home isn't only about physical space, it's losing the last piece of a life she's tried to keep steady. And as that foundation started to crack, another problem was already rising to the surface, one she couldn't ignore, and one that made staying in the UK even more complicated.
Then came the part she could no longer outrun. An old email resurfaced, one where she referred to Jeffrey Epstein as a supreme friend. The moment that message leaked, the fallout was immediate. It didn't matter how long ago it was written or what the context had been. The public reaction was instant, harsh, and unforgiving. Within weeks, roles she had held for years began disappearing. Prestigious charity positions were withdrawn, media invitations vanished, and she found herself pushed out of circles that once welcomed her. Even daytime television, a space where she appeared regularly, cut ties without hesitation. Behind the scenes, reports say she's been meeting with a full brand rescue team, trying to piece together a future that doesn't collapse under the weight of her past connections. But rebuilding a public image after something like this is never simple, especially when the spotlight is already pointed at the door. With her reputation shaking, her home life shifting, and the press watching her every move, the idea of staying in Britain became a losing battle. And that's when the whispers about a relocation didn't just make sense, they sounded almost inevitable. That's why the rumors spreading through Costa Terra hit differently. Locals say a guest suite in the £3.6 million villa has been getting special attention. Fresh furnishings, updated rooms, and preparations that aren't usually made for a casual visit. The talk inside the gated community is that she could be arriving as early as January, slipping quietly into a place where no one asks questions and everyone minds their own business. For someone facing mounting pressure back home, Portugal offers something the UK no longer can: distance. Here the ocean swallows the noise, the press can't camp outside the gates, and surrounded by neighbours who value privacy more than celebrity, she becomes just another resident instead of a headline. Whether this move is a temporary shelter or the beginning of a long-term retreat is still unknown. Even the people living nearby can only guess how long she plans to stay. But what's clear is that she's being offered a sanctuary, not just by the location, but by the people closest to her. And that leads to the question everyone's asking now. Is this move about escape? Or is it a reset waiting to happen?
If she does leave the UK, the move won't just be about a change of address, it'll reshape everything around her. Stepping into Portugal places her far from the constant pressure of the British media, giving her a rare chance to breathe without a new headline forming every time she moves. It also shows how strongly her daughters are standing behind her, offering support when the rest of her world feels unstable. But moving abroad comes with its own risks. Distance can calm the noise, but it doesn't erase the questions people are still asking. Will the story follow her across borders? Will the public view this as a fresh start, or an attempt to slip out of sight while the storm settles? Inside Costa Terra, she'd be surrounded by people who understand what it means to protect their privacy. Outside of it, the world will still be watching, trying to figure out whether this is a temporary refuge or the beginning of a quiet reinvention. And with so many things shifting around her at once, the biggest question remains: what happens next if she really does walk away from Britain? When you look at everything together, the picture becomes clearer. The pressure building in the UK, the collapse of long-held roles, the uncertainty surrounding her home, and the weight of an old connection resurfacing, it all converges at the same moment a quiet refuge in Portugal opens its doors. What looks like a simple relocation is really the result of years of strain catching up at once. Costa Terra offers her peace, privacy, and a chance to step out of the spotlight before it swallows her whole. Whether she stays for a few months or reshapes her life there entirely, the move marks a turning point she can't undo. Some will see it as an escape, others will see it as a necessary reset, a way to rebuild without the constant noise. But the truth is, Only time will reveal whether this shift becomes a new beginning or just a temporary break before the next chapter unfolds.